Okay, so, this will be like a brief, I'm not even sure if I'm going to put this in on YouTube, but this will be a brief introduction to Flinch count. So, y'all know about revenge value. Y'all know that if you after the mini explanations, if you hit a boss in a combo a certain amount of times before they have a chance to break out themselves or get their footing again, I guess, like if you just hit Roxas over and over and over again without him like being able to move around, then they're gonna hit you back at a certain point, and we've been able to pinpoint like how much revenge value Blizzard does, how much revenge value Thunder does, how much revenge value ground combos do, and stuff like that. And then we've figured out what each boss's maximal revenge value is, which is the point where they will do a forced revenge, which is where you are forcing or inducing the revenge to happen by filling up the revenge value and bringing it to its maximum. So y'all know about that, kind of, I guess. So now we got Flinch count. So thanks a lot, Hey-Run, for finding this shit. Flinch count is independent of revenge value. How many times an enemy flinches is not at all related to the revenge value, but you can like cancel out certain revenges by hitting a forced revenge, basically. So, let me give you guys a little example. Okay, so flinch in this case is when you see an enemy actually flinch or reel back from a hit. You can physically see them being hit from it. And when they aren't reeling back from a hit, then they are in a state of brick wall, we'll call it, where they are in the middle of an animation of attack where they cannot be stunned out of it, unless you deflect it or avoid it or wait until the animation ends. So here we go. So if you look to your left, if you look to the text on your left, you'll see that Grim Reaper 2, not Grim Reaper 2, Grim Reaper 1, his flinch count when it is greater than or equal to 10, he will teleport, and it starts at -1. Each boss starts it off at -1, and then, or in this case, Grim Reaper 1 will start it off at -1, and then when he teleports, it'll go back to 0. Now, if you look to the little table that I've compiled for Grim Reaper 1 and Grim Reaper 2, since they're essentially the same boss in some cases, you can see that Flash Step does a revenge value of 2. And also Counter Guard does a Flash Step does a flinch count of 2, and Counter Guard does a flinch count of 1. Okay, so you're going to be seeing me using those to get Mr. Grim Reaper here to teleport. And we'll also be using the memory address for Grim Reaper 1. I might as well pop that in there. We're going to be using this memory address. If you look in the bottom left hand corner, if you see right here, this value right here under +4 is the value you're going to be looking at, because it's going to be giving you a clear update as to the flinch count of Grim Reaper. It starts off at FF, which is, I'm going to assume, the equivalent of -1. And now we're going to go over and we're going to hit him. So that's Flash Step right there. I just hit him twice, and you saw him reel back, which meant that he actually did indeed flinch and took flinch count. And if you were paying attention to the counter right here, it went from -1 to 0 to 1, which meant that it did indeed do a flinch count of 2. Now let's continue. Wait until he's vulnerable, and then there's another Flash Step right there, which will do a flinch count of 2, which brings it up to 3, as you can see. And we're going to continue to do this until it hits greater than or equal to 10. 10 is when he will teleport, so let's go ahead and show that. It's up to 7, 9, and we can just do Counter Guard, which is 1 in this case, which will be exactly 10. Come on, let's go. if he didn't push me away like 10,000 years. There we go. So it went to 10, or 0A, since I guess they can't show 10. I'm pretty sure hex values go 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, 0, 5, 0 through 9, and then when it it's what it's supposed to be 10, I think it ends up being 0A, and then 0B and 0C. And it goes from A, B, C, D, E, F, and then goes back to 2. Rolls over to 2. I'm pretty sure that's how hex values work in this case, because I'm using this memory address looks at all of the hex values of the game as we're playing it. Do not take my word, I am not an expert. If you are more knowledgeable of these things than I am, then feel free to correct me, or just kind of figure things out for yourself. So now he's teleporting, and as you can see, it does not go back to FF, it goes back to 0, 0. So now we're going to continue, I guess. Let me see if I can get a flash step on him. See right there, I flashed up. This is going to be a difference between revenge value and flinch count, as you'll very easily see. So right here, I hit him with a flash step, but I only hit him with one part of the flash step. Flash step has like 2 parts to it, where it hits twice, bam bam. But I missed one of them because I was too far away, and I whiffed one. But the second part did hit. Since I missed one, but the other one hit, it just did 1 instead of 2. Now that would not fly with revenge value. If you hit an enemy with a ground combo hit, it is always 1, regardless or not if you whiff part of the hit. As long as you land the hit on the boss at the appropriate time, then the revenge value will increase regardless. But in this case, flinch count only takes into account how many times the boss actually flinches visibly. So you'll see. So, yeah. Like, for example here, that did 2. That was Aerial Spiral hitting him twice. You could hear it and see it. So it increased it to 3. Now let me see if I can like hit him 3 times. Right there, that was 3 times and it went up to 6. So there's the difference right there, as you can clearly see. So this changes things a little bit, I guess. Let me start from the very, very top, okay? This kind of affects our strats a little bit, because the normal strat for Grim Reaper, as you're going to see here in a second, is for me to go ham on him and go Blizzard, Slide Dash, or Flash Step in, then Guard Break and Finishing Leap. Now, if you're paying attention to the values, then you can kind of add together what this combo means in flinch count. In fact, I'll just do the math for you, I guess. So, this is, I guess, since Slide Dash, right here, as you can see, if Slide Dash connects fully, then it'll do 3 flinch count. And if a Flash Step hits fully, then it'll do a flinch count of 2. Now, if you take that into account in terms of the combo, and then put all the pieces together, it's like putting a puzzle together. So Blizzard, we start off with Blizzard. Now, say we do Slide Dash and we get all 3 hits, so it would be 3 plus Guard Break plus Finishing Leap. This all added together equals 6. Now normally, and the part of the strat is doing 2 of these. So if we did 2 of these, and say for example, so we do 2 of these, or in this case we would just multiply it by 2, I guess, you would get 12. And 12 is greater than or equal to 11, meaning that he would teleport away. The result would equal a teleport. Wish I could warp it out a little bit more. Here, so like let's say that one of them is a Slide Dash and the other one is a Flash Step. So 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1 equals 11, which is greater than or equal to 11, which would again result in a teleport. Now, if both of them are flash steps and they hit fully, that would create, that would mean 5, and then you multiply that by 2. If both of them are flash steps, that would mean 10. This is not greater than or equal to 11. And would result in no teleport, which is important because after that portion, you would continue to do blizzards on him, and blizzards have an effect on him where even though they increase his flinch count, they do not force the teleport. You would actually have to hit him or flinch him with the Keyblade. So you would blizzard him constantly, then go into Master Form, and then do combos, ending again with Blizzard, which would force him once again not to teleport, and just continue to do that until you did maximum damage. So, I'll try to show you like what this is a problem that I had personally, because I would do this and sometimes he would teleport and sometimes he wouldn't, and I would ask Riz why that happened, and he'd be like, I don't fucking know, because neither of us knew what flinch count was at the time. So I'm going to try and recreate like my dilemma. I guess it's going to be kind of hard because it's actually hard to lay in the full slide dash. That was flash step right there, which means that I would have to... I think that was slide dash right there. Of course. Let me make sure that I actually have slide dash equipped in the first place. Yeah, I do. Alright. If I can show it correctly, then at some point... Oh, and before that's being obscured by the thingamabob. Let me see. It is. Nice. Good job, me. There's the math. Sorry. I should have scrolled or did something to fix that. K-Hearts, that's not true. I don't think, no. You can increase their revenge value when they're in a brick wall state, but usually when they're in a brick wall state, any revenge value that you deal to them is rapidly decreasing back to 0. So usually you do want them in a flinched state. But like, okay, let me try and do more math. Okay, so this is the flinch count of what I'm doing to Grim Reaper. 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1 equals 5 times 2 equals 10. But here it's 1 plus... Okay, so yeah, for revenge value, it's 1 plus 1 plus 3 plus 3 equals 8 times 2 equals 16. I'm pretty sure. So as you can see, 10 does not equal 16. So these two values, while basically representing the same combo, means that this revenge value and flinch count are not the same thing at all. So yeah. Fucking please let me hit him with like the full slide dash. I think that was it. Yeah, okay, there. So you see, I hit him with the same combo, but one of them was flash step, and one of them was a full slide dash, which causes this. And this would happen to me occasionally, and I'd get really pissed off because I'd be like, this isn't fair. But yeah, that's what's happening. in that situation, that's what's happening. Usually, so yeah, what's nice is that you don't really have to worry about it, but it'll show up in odd situations. So to prevent this, instead of starting your combo from like super far away, start it a little bit closer to him, and you'll never, ever, ever, ever have to worry about him teleporting, and you'll never, ever, ever, ever have to worry about Grim Reaper like messing up your fight. Or you don't ever, ever, ever have to worry about him teleporting out early. See, that's 10, and it's not 11. And then we would do cool stuff like this. Notice this flinch count is going up like by a bajillion. I can't do hexadecimal conversions, so I don't know the exact number of what it is right now. There we go. It ended on 5D, which I don't know what that is. I guess it would be like,
not over yet.
What is it? Each of them is each set is like 14
Throw him overboard.
or 13. I don't know.
Ollie! Excuse me.
Barley?
It's a bit of a
So let me also show another example of that where I actually go through the whole thing. All right. I don't know what the value is. I'll probably find out in the near future. But
Back off! Back off! Take this! Back off!
that's 9 right there, which is pretty funny, I think.
Freeze! 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 Let's go!
Oh no, I messed up. Okay, it's okay though, because it's gonna get high anyway. So what'll happen here is his revenge value is going so high that once it gets a certain point, so right here, it's at 3C, which I don't know what the hexadecimal conversion is, but that is way larger than 10, basically, is what we're saying. So in this case, when I hit him literally once with the flinch count, he's going to teleport again and it resets right to 0. So once it gets above a certain point, it won't actually reset fully to 0, because I guess it's the game's way of seeing that, wow, this guy did a gigantic combo to the boss, meaning that the next combo that they do needs to be interrupted, otherwise this fight's going to be way too easy, and you're going to get way too much damage in on him. But you can still get around that with Thunder and Blizzard and stuff like that, so it's... you can see how the game developers kind of thought about how this worked out. That's really all I have to show right now. I'll be adding on to this as we go along, but this is just a very small example of flinch count on Grim Reaper 1, and I hope you guys got a little bit something out of this. I'll highlight that later. I don't think I'm local recording right now. No, I'm not. I should have local recorded.